welcome back to my channel, guys. So in today's video I'll be walking you through the process I used in achieving a very sleek ponytail with 2 bangs on my muse. So I started off dividing her hair into two parts. The first one in front was more like a U part, a U cut, and then I'm cutting out the side bangs, and then I went off stretching her hair because I really wanted her hair to be very sleek before I start applying products. Her hair actually has a little undergrowth. Hair goes, guys. Hair goes. The stretcher was quite hot, so she was really feeling the heat. I didn't know how sleeky that hair looks, and so I went behind the camera to complete stretching the hair because it's nothing much. Just comb through the hair and then fix the stretcher and use it like that until it's very sleek. So when I was done with that section, I just held it up with this band. And I went ahead stretching the back of the hair. This is what it looked like when I was done. Sleeky, smooth, pretty, long, and very easy to work in products. So I started off using the Got2b spray, free spray. I worked in sections actually. By this time I had not packed the hair at the back. I was just walking through in sections, gradually building up the firmness of the hair and smoothness until I had covered both sides before I packed it. So I also went in with this black gel because I really wanted her hair looking very dark by the time I was done. I didn't use the white gel because I couldn't reach it, and also because I wanted her hair to look really dark when I was done. So I used this Got2b free spray more than this dark gel because the dark gel will actually take longer time in drying. So I used the Got2b free spray. It was very fast in action, so I used more of the Got2b free spray than the black gel because I wasn't really patient to wait for a long time before working through. So by this time I was done using the black gel and the Got2b free spray. I also went in with my spritz spray. You see that somewhere in the tutorial. I used my spritz spray as well. So I actually used 3 products in achieving this sleeky ponytail. I actually used the Got2b free spray. I used this Petals black gel rather, and also used the spritz spray as well. But I used more of this Got2b free spray and the spritz spray because I wanted the fast action. But you can actually use a dark gel to achieve this just alone, and it will work perfectly fine. So this was how the hair looked by the time I was done applying the product to the hair. Smooth and very much laid. So I went in with the hand dryer using the cool air to blow dry the hair until it got very firm and dry. So when the hair was dried at the back, I started working the front section, and so I was combing it forward until I was able to achieve the style I wanted. I wanted to form a cap-like front look, so that's why I kept combing and combing until I achieved it completely. And then I was working in section also. It's just the same way I did at the back. I was working in sections with the gel until I got to the back of the hair. You see how I did that shortly. So I started up with the Got2b spray just like before. I was using the Got2b free spray, and one thing about this free spray is when you apply it, you have to comb it very fast. If not, if it gets dry to the hair, it will be very hard combing through. So I would apply the Got2b free spray, then I'll comb through, apply the black gel, comb through. That was how I was doing it until I gradually did it, and I got to the back and attached the end of this hair to the back ponytail. So you see I use this hair clip to hold the hair by the side, so everything is not completely dragged to the back, because I still wanted it forward. I still wanted her hair forward, so I used the hair clip to hold a little slack just at that point before packing it with the other pony at the back. So once I was done packing it, I would pull out the pins, yes, and then I'd start brushing it through to achieve the cap-like front finish. I hope that makes sense. Okay, this was the spritz spray I was talking about, guys. This was the spritz spray I used. Spritz spray. This was the spritz spray I used. The spritz spray is actually a gel. A spray gel. Just another form of spray gel. So no big deal. So my muse actually wanted the hair more forward. You know, I told you I was about achieving a cap-like front finish, so she wanted the hair more forward, so I kept combing it forward like so until it was according to her taste preference. Guys, to be honest, I brushed this hair like more than 100 times. I kept combing and combing until it was very smooth, very smooth, just the way it should be. And she wanted the hair to last very long, more than a week, so I went in with enough products. By the way, her hair is not a natural hair, it's not a virgin hair. She has put on relaxer to the hair. She has applied relaxer to the hair before, so this hair, but the hair was actually quite due. It was due before we actually started achieving this hairstyle. That was why I had to stretch the hair earlier on. I didn't stop here, guys. Behind the camera, I still brushed through until it was very sleek. Very sleek, just the way I want it. I'm a perfectionist, guys. I didn't stop until I've gotten what I wanted, and yeah, it came out really beautiful. Again, I went in with the blow hand dryer to make it very dried and firm before I start fixing any other thing to the hair. So guys, I just went in with this old attachment, just in a very little quantity, and I'm weaving it to the back of the hair where I packed the hair. I'm weaving the hair like so. You don't want the attachment to be very long, because this ponytail we're about to achieve is, it doesn't need to be so long, especially if your weave-on is not as long as, it's not as much as required. So I didn't want my own to be very long because I was not really going for the length as much as I was going for the fullness of the hair. So that was it when I was done weaving. Guys, this weave-on is a 14-inch weave-on, and I'm doing this horsetail pony according to how they call it. I'm using this horsetail pony because I actually wanted her pony to be very long, not very long, but longer than the 14-inch that the weave-on is. And so I'm using this black bond glue, very popular, and so I'll be using it to attach this weave-on to the hair, just like so, just rolling it in. Very, very simple, guys. Very, very, very simple. Rolling it in patiently. And you have to take note that when you are starting, you don't have to put in so much weave-on at the end of the hair, because you don't want the weight to be at the end of the hair. We want it to be at the root of the pony. You don't want it to be at the end there. So I used less weave-on at the tip of the hair, and I used more at the root of the hair. So that's just it. Just keep rolling and rolling the bond like that, and I'll show you how I closed the end of this weave-on shortly. So you see, when I got to the end of that weave-on, the bond glue was not enough to keep it, to hold it still in place. So I had to use the free spray, the got to be free spray, to make it more firm, as you see shortly. Just like so. And that was it, guys. And I continued attaching more weave-on. I didn't stop here, guys, because like I said earlier, I actually wanted the root of the pony to be very full. So I went in with an extra bundle of hair. This is actually one of my old weave-ons, and I use it basically for my pony. So, and it came in 3 bundles, so I didn't exhaust the 3 bundles. Actually, I used 2 bundles and a little from the 3rd bundle. So that was it. I kept rolling and rolling and rolling more product until the root of the pony was as full as I would want it to be. And that was it, guys. That was where I stopped. It was full to my satisfaction at this point. So the next step was to use a wrap or a strand of the hair, not really a strand, like a few strands of the hair, to roll around the end of the pony, the root of the pony actually. And so I'm picking out these strands like this, like so, and I use the freeze spray on it, and then I roll it round. I wrap the pony at the root like so. And I kept picking out more strands like that, and I kept wrapping until it was full, like the wrapping was quite visible. And that was it, guys. Okay, I actually added more wraps. Wow. This was definitely my last wrap. And guys, when I was wrapping, actually the got2b free spray was not enough at some point. I had to go in with the bond glue at the end of the hair to make it more firm. So basically for this wrap, I used my got2b free spray and the bond glue. Period. See how sleek and pretty it's looking? What do you guys think? I love it. So now I'm going to be working with working bangs now. My stretcher had issues, guys. Like serious issues. It just developed fault when I was trying to stretch the bangs. It pulled out, and you can see the tape around it. Oh my god. So I'm stretching their hair now. The hair I brought out for the bangs, like so. I'm stretching it out, and then I'll be using this same weave on I used at the back. I'll be attaching a little piece of it by the side. You see shortly how I cut the weave on and how I attach it to this, because I wanted the bang to be very obvious, so, and our hair was not enough to do that. If I was to get the chance to repeat this style again, I think I would bring out more hair by the side for the bangs, because I noticed that when I was done that the weave-on was still more obvious when I attached this weave-on. It was still very obvious. Like the hair was not enough to cover up the weave-on band and all that. So if I have a chance to do this hair again, I'll definitely bring out more hair by the sides for the bangs, and I think it would make a better difference. But right now what I did is what you're seeing. So I used that same bond glue, I attached it to that very small strap of hair, and I pressed it down, used the spritz spray on it, and once it was dry, I went in with my stretcher and just stretched it together with her hair. So I noticed that one side was not as full as the other side, so I had to cut in a little piece again to attach to the side that was less full. And just the same way I attached the other one, I'm going to be doing just the same way. You leave a little hair just beneath and above it, and then at the center, not on the hair, just at the root, I just attach the hair band, the band of the hair to the root. I use my spritz spray, let it dry before I start stretching. At this point, I don't think I had already stretched these bangs. I had not actually. I was still letting it dry, giving it a little more time and pressing it down. So at this point it was already dried, and now I'm trying to straighten it like so. As I was thinking I could use my stretcher to form curves, but oh no, it didn't work out. It didn't work out, and I was so disappointed, very, very disappointed. That was what I was getting. Oh, that was what I was getting. So we found another means of doing this. So we used a roller and rolled the hair like this. We tried using hot water, but hot water was not still giving us what we wanted. But we tried another style again, and after rolling like this, we used our free spray on it before letting it loose, and that was how we achieved this curls, guys. So we didn't use any hot water. We just rolled the hair, then applied the spray gel and the free spray to it. And when we loosed it after it was dry, it came out this beautiful. The curls came out this beautiful, guys. So it's very, very, very easy to achieve, and she's flaunting her hair because she loved it. Don't forget to subscribe and show us some love. I love you so much, and I'll love to see you in my next video. Watch out for the next part where I do her makeup. Bye.
On my video. Look on the one.